Okay.
Welcome
We're
back.
ready?
Oh,
Welcome back to Basic Banter.
hello.
Yes, we are ready. We are so ready.
We are so
And
ready.
we wanted to make
Very
sure we could start this episode off with something very special.
So
We
special.
wanted to make
Yes.
sure that this episode was a tribute to one of our biggest fans, to our amazing guest. This person thinks the world of her and loves her with his whole heart. And we wanted to make sure that we did a special shout out to Imogen's wonderful husband. And you're gonna have to say his name again because I already forgot how to say it.
Ivar.
We gotta
Ivar.
restart that, Brittany. We have to restart that. We have to. Have to restart that. We're like, we love this guy, but we can't remember his name. We have to.
Okay. I forgot his name right away, and I was like,
I know.
That's
I'm
okay.
like, she
I have the
doesn't know
same
his
problem
name.
sometimes. No.
oh, good.
Don't typically
What do we
restart,
call you, honey? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do this all
Take
over again.
two.
Oh, okay.
I got
Okay.
it if you want.
Do you want to do it?
No, but I can.
Okay, well, I'll start us in and we'll just wing it.
Okay.
As we do. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Ready,
Yeah.
chicas?
Welcome back to
Welcome
Basic
back.
Banter. You did it. Another week. You've
Another week.
all of your goals, and you
All the
come back
things.
to this episode to check in with us.
Exactly.
We're
And you know what?
So grateful.
Exactly. And before we get into all the things today, we have to recognize one of our biggest fans.
Yes.
Now, he is a role model to the community. He's
Absolutely.
a super handyman, if I do say so myself. He's a jack of all trades.
Yes.
Well, he's Mr. Ivar, our lovely guest, Imogene's husband. Like,
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Ivar, what would we do without you?
What are we gonna do?
Man.
The stuff he does is just magnificent. And
Just such a kind guy.
you know what?
He doesn't
can
get
do
enough.
anything.
He doesn't get enough praise.
He doesn't get any praise as of now until this episode.
So Ivar, if you're listening, and we know that you are, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, there's a phrase, happy spouse, happy house. And from what I've heard is he's like, literally, he just builds you all of your dream things. You're like, I want to do this. And he's like, I can build it. And he's like, oh, yeah. He's
remember, you guys remember from our first episode, the amazing Emajean's back, and they
Elixirs by Emajean.
Hubby, they were this insane karaoke duo, and I saw on Instagram that you guys are shifting focus.
Ooh.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
So cool. We're so excited to hear what's next for you, and just to shoot the shit all over again. And we just loved it. We love doing part twos with our favorite people that we've been able to get to know. And before we dive in, I need to quickly tell you that my beautiful cousin, Jen, who listens. Hi, Jen. We love you.
I love you, Jen.
She was so excited because she listens to every episode and she's like, oh my God, you got the girl from the market on? And I was like, yes, I told you we were going to.
Oh, how awesome.
Yeah, so she loved it. She loved the episode, and she'll be excited to listen to this one too.
Yes,
totally. Absolutely. Shout out to Jen.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something relevant, and that's my life story. I had it again. No, oh my God, it was like there, and then it chased away.
Where's the little notes?
Exactly, Jessica. Where's your notepad?
You know what? There's crap everywhere. You see,
I know. Me too.
I'm like, I shouldn't even. I'm not even going to rotate my camera because it's so bad. Behind this chair is just a pile of crap. A mound of it.
That means you're just creative. It's creative.
This is a real life look, guys. Pile of crap. Piles of crap everywhere. It's not great. I don't even know what's in it. Half of it's to like be dealt with stuff that I'm like, oh, I have to take that into like the shop in town. And it's been weeks. I haven't even messaged my guy. I need to message him and be like, hey, are you still selling my shit? Because I haven't heard from you and you haven't heard from me.
Yeah,
and it's been like a month.
Is there any money there that I can have?
Make any money this month?
Right?
How is the construction going? So how is the construction going on your beautiful like trinket van?
I know that has been put on a temporary hold, and we've had really beautiful weather lately, but we've just been so swamped with everything. I've got a market coming up this weekend and just lots of things happening. So she's kind of put on hold temporarily. We can still do her all weekend, all winter. Just put a heater in there and just go at it. And so the whole inside should be done by spring. And then just because we ended up having a cold snap, I couldn't finish painting her on the outside.
That makes sense.
Because of the paint, I would ruin the paint. So it's kind of like, okay, no worries, no worries. This as soon as the sun is beaming there for spring, I'm out there painting.
Yeah,
that'll be
that's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, Brittany and I said the same thing because we do that at the same time. All the time.
We do.
Yeah.
Same brain.
That's so exciting. I love that, like, you've got this fuel in you to like do these creative things, and it's honestly, it's just inspiring to see that you're like, oh, I had a thought that I want to do this, and then I did it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I see very little hesitance to you at all. I feel like you're like, it's like, if I don't do it, then why not? Actually, I heard a term this week. I always hear a term, and
and it's so cool. I love that, life lessons.
I always
little
and it always, like I said, it always like resonates with it later. I don't know it verbatim. Oh God, I should just look and see if I saved it. But it was like a life, life with regrets of doing something is better than a life of regrets of not doing something along those lines, anyways.
Something that you're passionate about or something that you really want to do, stop being afraid, because we all start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was me at the very beginning of all this. Was I was so fearful somebody would say, oh, you're not good enough, or fearful of, that's not how you do it, or you know what I mean? You have all these fears that you put in your head. They're not true, but you put them there because we're all only afraid of the unknown. So if we give ourselves enough confidence, enough respect, and enough love, we can do anything.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. A lot of people also forget that it's also okay to be bad at something when you start.
Of course.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to be perfect at it.
Yeah,
exactly.
So hard. That's such a hard pill, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's really hard to like be okay with not being the best or adequate enough. Well, even Brittany, we were talking about like you were doing your best today, right? And it's like your best looks different every day, right?
Yeah.
The best
especially,
you can do
with
today.
the little baby who decides to whine. He's in the whining and fake crying stage. So I can't do a whole lot because he wants to hold on to me, but he also doesn't want to and wants to throw himself back. And I'm like,
but like, but like your best, exactly. But like your best today is your best differently. Your best today is gonna be different from your best tomorrow, right? Like there's no comparison. There's no threshold that you have to surpass. There's no medal, right? Like it's not a If you win,
speaking of that, with how you have to start somewhere. After our last episode, I was creeping all of your wonderful things that you've created, and like your I am sorry, I'm gonna say this wrong, but you call them like witchy boxes or something, and you create like these like intro kits, basically. The spell boxes. And I kept seeing all the different ones you made, and I was like, damn, those are such a great idea to get somebody started somewhere.
Yes, absolutely. And they're all kind of beginner ones. I try to keep everything where you can start, begin, and then you can add to it or reorder more stuff. Anything like that. And then the last time with the last podcast, I was mentioning that I was doing the junior beginner ones.
Right. How did that go?
Good. I've got people who are wanting to look into those for Christmas gifts and stuff. So
that's
going to be pretty awesome. So I just told them give me enough time, so that we can get it all prepared and stuff for. But then it personalizes it, right? So it makes it quite amazing for them. And have any open flame, so it's not smudges, it's the spray.
Spray.
Oh yes, that's so brilliant.
And then it's got the battery tea lights.
Oh, perfect.
that they can use instead of any lighters or
Yeah.
flames, or anything like that. So it just
It's still the
personalizes
ambiance.
more so that they can experiment and become whatever they want to become.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
I
all
found the
about
quote.
Okay,
I found
cool.
that quote. Okay. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret is forever. So the
Oh.
discipline of having to go through it and try it, right? Yeah, the pain of
I love
regret
that. I'm
is
going to write
forever.
that down after the show.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Love
Yeah.
it.
It's again, it's one of those things. It's like, yes, but what? Or
It's a nice
yeah,
message, Tony.
it's
Sometimes
nice,
somebody
exactly.
needs to hear that.
And like,
Exactly.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody will hear that on the podcast here and go, oh,
Yes,
I needed that today.
exactly. Yeah. And it's okay to put yourselves out there, team.
Absolutely.
So
You
yeah,
need to be team all the way.
exactly. Oh, we always say that. If you're not your number one fan, like, come on, like you should be putting yourself first.
Like who
Exactly. If you're not putting exactly. If you're not putting yourself first, who else is going to, right? We always say that. It's like yes, we have kids, and yes, of course, they need to, take precedence in some ways, but like you have to be in your top two. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least, but
That's it.
anyways, yeah.
Very cool.
I was gonna say, so after we talked the last time, we had our little rendezvous there, Emajean, about some guidance on my end. Now, I don't know if you do professional mentoring, but you should, because you're phenomenal. And I feel a bond with you already. I think I've known that since Brittany mentioned that you were a witch who was building a shed with wheels. It's great.
I was like, damn it, Jessica's gonna love this girl.
A wagon wheel. I was like, yes, she's my girl. Anyways,
well, that's actually in there too.
Yeah,
that's in there too. That's part of my going forward with everything that I do. Is I've had so many people ask me to do things, whether it's to help them create, help them with whatever they've got going on, help them. I want to show people how to meditate. I want to show people whichever walk they want to go. I want to be able to help in that way. So, yeah, that's definitely in that wellness.
Like you've got this. Sorry.
Is it okay if I ask you both questions for how the mentorship kind of looks for both of you right now, like getting mentored and mentoring? Is that okay?
Of course, yeah.
So
go ahead.
What is something that, Jessica, what was something that you wanted to focus on to get mentoring?
Well, like we've talked about it in the past, Britt, as well, like on the podcast. It's like I'm wanting to do like a clearing spray, or like I've always had this ever since we did that course back in, was it April? It must have been April. It was the blends of oils and what is it called?
Synergies?
No. Well, kind of, yes. But I'm missing the word. It is.
Oh gosh, why can't I think of it? I'm just like, Jason, what is it?
Jason, help me. Okay, hold on.
What's it called? It's literally like the act of blending, like creating oils from plants. What the hell?
Silly goose.
Silly goose, indeed. What is it called?
Why? It'll come to me like really straight. Oh, look in this pile of crap. I suppose it'll be close there. Don't mind my butt.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to even, maybe I'll look on his website real fast to see if I can pick it up. Classes.
I'm like that too.
Jessica, alchemy.
Oh, yes, I was going to say alchemy, but I thought maybe she's going to say something else.
No, it was definitely alchemy.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, back to that.
I said that for you, but I thought it was a special word that he had.
Okay.
Yeah. So ever since I did that course with you, Brett, I'm like, oh, this is such an amazing like realm. And we kind of talked about like how I can expand,
further.
My exactly, like I didn't have really any essential oils, but like for the 3 months that I was in Canada this year, we did our class, we blended our own oils then, and then we went forward, and I think we blended like 6 or 7 more between us two with our candle magic. I'm like, I love this. And then applying it to other different things and that. So then
and what's coming for you?
Yeah. Well, I had like I'd asked, I didn't ask anybody else, but I knew somebody else who did the clearing spray, and I don't think I felt quite as not warm to the idea of doing that approach with them. And it's okay, right? It just like didn't feel like the right time to ask. And so I was like, you know what, that's okay. And so I was like Googling how to do it. And I'm like, I don't really, know. And yes, I could do it intuitively, but I just didn't feel like I needed more guidance, right? So then, of course, when we find out that, who you are, what you do, and like how amazing you are, I was like, hey, can you help me? Even though I've only ordered like a couple of wrong things. This process.
But you know what I told you? That's actually going to benefit you. It's going to still benefit you because I'm going to show you how to use that
to do other things.
Yes, and you're going to be like, woohoo! So
yeah,
I think it was meant to be. It was.
I think so too. Yeah, and like so now my collection of oils is like gone from like 0 to like not 30, but like a good grandeur, and because I want to have all the options and I want to know what this and that smell like together, and this and that. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be great.
I will show you some tricks on how to do that too.
Yeah, thank you. But overall, like from like the mentee position, you've been so easy to communicate with, and like you know what I mean? I guess it's such a casual relationship in terms of like ease of friendship as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that whenever this, starts for you, I can say firsthand that it's been already an amazing experience. Like all of a sudden, I have a great friend who does this. So thank you for letting me pick your brain. And I think I told you that last time, like I truly, the time that you're spending with me and helping me feel comfortable with this is like priceless. So
and I feel the same way because when I first started, I had nobody. I didn't know where to go, what to do. Again, everything seems so overwhelming. So I totally respect and understand where you're coming from. And with you mentioning it to me and feeling trust in me, that made me feel good that, hey, I didn't want you to go through what I went through alone and trying to figure everything out. So anything I can do to help, absolutely, I would help you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. This is great. Yeah. And I mean, a blossoming relationship is already forming, I guess, but
I see that.
No, some things coming down the pipes. I'm excited. As I look at my like wall of wonder, I'm like, yeah. So needless to say, my little like office, which is also our dining room, smells all the time of good things.
Right? Isn't that awesome?
I walk in, I'm like,
yeah,
it's so good. Yeah,
it's an amazing thing. Yeah.
Bridget, do you have any other questions? Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah. So what are sorts of things that you're hoping to do together? Like, is there like a list of products that you're wanting to create that we can look forward to like hearing about? Or you say that it's more meant to like what to do next in your craft? Or what do you like? What is is it okay if I kind of peek into like what's your game plan?
Absolutely. I'm with it. Just go ahead.
Sure. So we discussed like my first goal was to do like a room spray, or not a room spray, but a clearing spray of sorts. Yeah. So, after we kind of went through like the checklist of like what we need, and Emajean was actually, she put together some recipes for me. So I had some scents to kind of build on. So those are the first ones that I purchased and, blended, and we, got to smell them. I'm like, okay, like that's amazing, right? And then I think that's inspired me, again, moving back to the alchemy side of things. It's like, okay, so now I'm moving back into, the meaning of what this, that, and that does, what planetary assignment it might have, what with, what's the word am I looking for? What, not energy, I don't know, like earth, water, air, like where it falls, right? Elements. And then and the elements, like what am I, why? I was like earth. But anyways, where they fall in the elements, and kind of, leaning on the alchemy side, like my background there, and kind of bringing it forward. And, even now I'm like, actually this weekend, or sorry, we're doing filming for this paranormal show. Anyways, I've got my last weekend coming up here, and it is about clearing and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have a clearing spray ready. And I'm like, that's okay. It's fine. Right. But I'm like, this would be like a great opportunity to kind of, to channel what I feel like it might need and then go from there, you know. So that's kind of the catalyst was like the idea that we've kind of been working on. And then
So
I kind of,
if you need something for clearing and your stuff hasn't come in before then, we're going to talk afterwards. You will have something.
I will have something. Okay, thank you. Even if it's just for a day, I can mix it right before. Exactly.
Yep, you're gonna have something. Don't worry, I'll let you know.
You're the best. It's only one ingredient. Yeah, we kind of mentioned that like I ordered the wrong thing, but like I thought I ordered the right thing, but anyways, I got the wrong thing anyways. But
it's gonna lead to something else.
Exactly. Happy accident. I can still use it in another capacity, which I won't share yet, but it's like, okay, cool. I mean,
you told me, and I definitely have said, yes,
Yeah.
you can definitely go forward with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you're gonna go beyond this. I feel it. I think it's gonna be, I think it's opening a special avenue for you.
Thank you.
And
like,
yeah. And I think it's gonna be awesome. I really do. I feel
Thank you. It's these days I haven't felt passionate in a while about you know, this whole world, and I'm like, and it's okay, right? You can't always be running at 100, but that's, I'm like, finally, like, you know, that little spark of like excitement is kind of starting here, where I like, again, I feel like, because I feel like I'm doing it the right way, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
And it's gonna be yours.
Yeah, exactly.
All
and that's exactly, and that's where I'm like, okay, like one step at a time, right? But it's coming back, so that's good.
Absolutely.
That's been good. I was going to ask you, in regards to the alchemist way of doing like the planetary alignments and, you know, the elemental practices, and that, is that something that you use, Emajean, like in your blends at all, or do you go by, you know, these sensor or these oils are good for X, and so together they make a beautiful blend? Like, how do you, what's your practice?
That's a very good question. But when I started, I didn't have the knowledge that I do now.
Fair. Yeah.
And how I've always went, like if somebody comes to me and says, oh, you know, I'm having problems with this, I'm having problems with that, and just what I've known and what I've blended, that kind of thing, of my essential oils, it's kind of like, first thing is like, okay, we have these essential oils and they do all of these things, which is great. But if I was to say, okay, you're like, I want a blend, but this blend, I don't want eucalyptus because I can't stand the smell of eucalyptus. And I'd be telling you, you know what, but eucalyptus is so good for this. It doesn't matter. It's not going to work for you, because with your nose and with what it does to you and says to you, I can't stand this. So you're blocking, your energy is actually blocking it from working.
Exactly.
So I've always told people, okay, I have these blends here, these synergies that I've blended that all do kind of the same thing. You need to pick which one is very pleasing for your nose, and then the properties will come afterwards.
Exactly.
Because sensory is such a huge thing. And think about it, like a great song just puts you in a great mood. A smell that reminds you, patchouli is an old essential oil. Some people hate it or love it. Some people, it brings back rich memories, you know, but patchouli is a very grounding earth smell. But some people is like, you know, oh, I want to relax. But if I tell them anything about patchouli, it's like, can't stand it. Well, it's not going to make you relax, because the first thing you're going to say, if you can't stand the smell, you're tensed up.
Exactly.
So that's how I've kind of went about doing what I do. I'll blend, and I use a lot of my nose with the properties. It's kind of like, it's got to be appealing, because if you're blending something that's not appealing,
it's hard to sell it that way, or how to like feel good about putting it forward, right?
Absolutely.
Second guessing anything.
You'll get to feel that. You'll feel that, oh wow, that blend just seems to heighten everything. You feel like it's a bright sunny day. You feel like, oh my gosh, people are going to love this. When you get that passion, you get that feeling, when you blend a certain something, you say, wow, okay, this is a hit. And if you feel that, if you're second guessing yourself with a smell or blend, stop and then go, wait a minute, let me revisit this. And if I'm creating something, I'll always create a very small amount first and then do, and writing down is just very essential. You've got to write absolutely everything. Doesn't matter whether you're adding a few drops, because you tend to forget, and then your blend is completely different, right?
Yeah.
So when you start blending, it's like, okay, wait a minute, I like this, but it's too much of this. Then you're able to change it a little bit instead of going, okay, I need 100 drops of this and 200 of this, and that, well, then you're having a hard time changing the formula, and then you become with this big formula that is not going to be what you want, almost a waste, right? Because you've added too many things. So if you start small, and then I don't know, I've got a hypersensitive nose, I got a hypersensitive taste, even vision wise, very, very sensory in the eyes. So when I definitely blend, it has a lot to do with my nose, and it's like makes a huge difference. So
I just gotta help the kids really quick. I'll be right back.
That's okay.
That's okay, Britt, and I will chat.
Yeah,
we'll miss
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I finally don't have a baby trying to interrupt the show, so I'm constantly on mute for like the last 4 episodes. I'm like, I don't even get to be involved in them. So it's been nice. It's been nice for this episode, so I can be more present, which is good.
Of course.
So, when it comes to all of the wonderful things that you offer, if someone were just starting down their path of awakening into their own witch or alchemist, all that kind of wonderful, those journeys, what would you tell them? What would you tell them starting off in their path? What would be a piece of advice that you'd like to tell them?
Meditate, really raise your vibration. That's so huge. And a lot of people have a hard time with meditating. Meditating is not easy to quiet the mind, to know how to meditate. So that's when you're saying, learn. That's definitely one thing. With the path I've taken to kind of change a few things where one door we've closed and another one opened. With that whole wellness, which is with Elixirs by Emajean, the other business that I've started, I'll wait till Jess comes. And that will be, I want to be able to teach people how to meditate and how to, whatever, if they wanted to learn. I've had lots of people ask me, whether it's, okay, well, how do I blend this? How do I do that? Can you teach me any witchy tips? I want to be able to do all that. I want to be able to, if somebody's asking me a question, I want to be able to say, hey, let's do this, or I'm having a course on this. That's just something I really look forward to. I definitely look forward to.
Oh, I love that.
That's so now Jess is back. Because I wanted to announce
what
with the other business that started is my divine Reiki and wellness. So with the wellness comes with everything, like we mentioned, with teaching people how to meditate and how to raise your vibration, which is really huge for healing. Raising your vibration, it can open up so many doors for you. It's an awakening that is probably the most incredible thing you can actually do for yourself, and knowing your higher self. And it's an incredible journey.
That's really amazing. It's like making that introduction to yourself.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say, with your brand new business coming in, you're finding ways to connect more with your people, like with the whole soul world out there.
Yeah, very much so. And it seems like it's just been the whole changing of my whole life. I've had no control over it. It has been in my path, and it has told me this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going. This is, and it's like, okay, just show me what to do. Tell me what to do. I will walk this path quickly. And throughout my whole life. And I'm sure, I mean, you ladies are young, and you probably attest to that, being busy with your kids and all that, but your mind is so busy, but you want control of your life. You feel the need to control your life as a young person. And I remember doing that. I just needed that control because I wanted to prove, all sorts of things. And as you get older and you really pay attention, again, this is with having to do with the raising your vibration and just listening, your path is chosen for you, and you've technically chosen that path. But when you're awake, you realize, hey, this is my path, and I will listen to it, and I will follow what it wants me to do. And it's incredible when you do that, because things just come. There's no resistance. There's no questioning it. Is it the right path or not? And all of a sudden it's like, wow, this feels right. This is what I mean by with you, Jess. I feel that is your path. You're going to create a little bit more of what you're doing, and it's going to be yours. It's going to be something that you're exploring, but it's going to feel natural.
Yeah.
When you were saying thank you, it wasn't the right person to ask or whatever, and that's totally fine. And then when you're asking me, I feel that it's just coming very natural to you.
Thank you.
You're curious, and you got to listen to that curiosity. You've got to say, hey, just give me the direction. Ask your higher self, where do you want me to go? Tell me what you need to do. It will answer you.
I have to do more of that. I think I speak for like a lot of people, is like, I'm just going and going and going and going. And I forget that, like, when my body's telling me hell yes, I have to listen, right? When it feels that good. Or Brittany would say, like, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And like when your body is not in that hell yes mode, then it's no, right? Then there's no question about it. And it's like, okay. So
when you quiet your mind, when you really quiet your mind and you listen to your heart and you listen to your higher self, your answers are already there. Your answers are given to you. All you need to do is just ask and feel, and it's there.
I think it's like, I like the things you're saying are so, like, they resonate so much, right? Like I preach, I don't preach to my people, but like, people, when I have sessions with them and like tarot, it's like I'm such a hypocrite, because like I'm like, oh, it's like the cards are saying you need to meditate or spend some time with yourself and yada yada. You don't need that long. You only need like 2 or 3 minutes to start, and just to build up that setting time aside for yourself, and like journaling, or I'm like, Jess, when was the last time?
Honestly, quieting the mind is very hard. Meditating is very hard. It is an exercise. It really is. So it's like saying, you want to lose weight, or you want to do this, you got to do that, it's really easy to say, but it is work, and work that we're unknown and unsure of, and feel that it is work. It's going to be a little bit hard to get used to. But once you're in it and you feel that, almost that high.
The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret is forever.
Thank you for that.
Always, always in there somehow. But right,
something you can do too, both you ladies, is with the discipline of meditating, is set your timer. Set your timer to a certain amount. Even if you start by 10 minutes a day, set it. And then when you've achieved that, you feel fantastic, right? It's not super hard, but meditating can be, again, discipline. So, and then if you feel that fantastic, you can repeat it again that evening before bed. Take that 10 minutes, but it's for you anyways. So it's perfect. Take it from your bathroom time or whatever, right?
Well, that's it.
And then increase your time every day. Make that a challenge for you. And you're going to notice that your body's going to crave that time for you, which you really need. And in your cards will tell you, when your cards tell you you need that alone time, that's exactly what it's telling you. And it's going to come, you're going to see it. You're going to see that in the cards, and you're going to say, this is what I need to do. And because you need to quiet that mind, and you need to listen to yourself and to your higher self, you're going to know that, this is what I need to do.
Exactly.
And it's going to be so healing for everybody who does it. And I think it's going to be so amazing.
Yeah, I think like I'm like many people, and I know Brittany is like this too. Like we overthink, right? And it's like, okay, I want to meditate, but what do I need to meditate? Okay, well, do I need a cushion? Oh no, okay, I just need a quiet room. Okay, well, in that quiet room,
Yeah, I need to
I
create a
should have
space.
water.
That's
I
already
should have. So I should create a space first, and it's like
all of that is normal. All of that is honestly normal.
yeah,
And this is why I was saying, you know, a lot of people have a hard time with meditating, having a hard time knowing what to do and how to do it and all that. So I mean, that's great. You're not alone. We all started there. We get an idea that we feel very passionate about. And it's like, where do I start? There's teachers everywhere in this world. And if you ask somebody and they're willing to give you what you need as a teacher, perfect. But you won't know until you ask. And we're all teachers in some form. We really are. We all need each other to be able to say, you know, we're not good at everything. We can't know everything, right? So we need somebody to say, hey. So then when somebody gives us that knowledge, we get to pass on that knowledge and maybe put a little bit of something that we've learned from it in there. So it keeps going. That's what we're all about. That's what we need, is that teaching from all of us. We all give something to somebody or some people, not just one, it could be many.
Yeah. Every mentor has had a teacher at one point in their lives as well, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
I love that.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm like, oh God, this is like, I always feel like so enlightened. This is what I mean. Like, I hope our listeners see that. Like it's just like you've just like a natural talent for being like, you're right. Thank you. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I feel like my soul and my heart is like, oh gee, like, but it's safe. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I literally have like a hand on my back because it's like, okay, but we could do this, but we're gonna do it together, and I'm here for you. You know, I truly feel that. Well, like I said, I'm shouting it, but I truly mean it. Like, there's a reason.
Hardly wait till you guys. We all get together. I know,
right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we are hoping, like my guy and I and our baby are hoping to come out to Calgary in the new year, hopefully in January. We're hoping so.
Okay.
If we do, then we'll connect with we call them our cousin coven. So we'll be there with our two wonderful friends.
Jen,
sorry,
who we mentioned earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, Jennifer, and Heather, of course, and Jeff.
Heather.
And then we will all somehow connect with you, so that way we can do some like in-person wonderful things.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so amazing.
You would say that in front of me.
Heather, Jeff, it's gonna happen. Well, Jessica, you can always come back.
I will patiently wait for that day. Either you come out or we come out there.
It will happen. It will be, it's in our soul's contract somewhere.
It is.
This trip somewhere.
Absolutely.
Well, Jessica will be coming home. She will be coming back to Saskatoon at some point in the spring. It's just not confirmed when. So if that happens,
I'm patient.
There you go. Yeah. So when that happens, me and Jessica will take a rip out.
Make a big plan. We'll definitely have to make a big plan.
It'll be so good. Yeah, exactly.
It will be amazing.
Meet in the middle. Meet in Lloyd. Wait, no, you're Calgary.
Lloyd.
So meet in, what's that town? Alsask. A&W and Alsask. I'll meet you there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness.
We might have to make a night of it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
Rent a hotel room.
We have lots to do.
Lots to do.
A hotel room and just
have a wonderful time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's going to be amazing.
Well, ladies, are we up to do a card reading at all, or reading at all?
And I have new cards I have to share with you guys.
Ooh, yes, okay, we're here for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm just going to grab them right here.
No problem.
Yeah,
good.
I also have a new deck that I'm going to be doing. I was shuffling before and a card had come out, so I'm patiently waiting to flip it over to see what it's going to be.
I haven't done this one. I'm doing my animal spirit ones today because I'm like, I need
just
back.
The story on the cards.
Yeah.
If you guys have ever seen these before.
Oh wow. Okay, is that two snakes, or I'm trying to like? It is. There's a cross and a heart and a snake
with the. It's a. Let me see if I can get it in the
sword.
Light. Can you see it?
I see I see a pentacle. I see a sword. I see a wand and like a spirit, and they're all intertwined.
Can you read? Oh, How do I focus? Hang on, let me take one card.
Okay. Like, what does it say?
Can you read it?
Yeah. No.
No. Copyright.
Do you bring it right up to the camera part?
Copyright.
Wait.
Down.
Oh my
Hey, there you go. Copyright. Nope, it's not.
I can't see. Something farewell, 1996. And that's not
Yeah, it is. It's Trisha Newell, 1986.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Where's all having an eye exam trying to be like
it's hard. I'm sorry. This thing is hard. But these were gifted to me by a lady. She they were moving. I went to go pick up something for Esmeralda. And she's like, can I ask you a question? She says, I looked on your Facebook and I creeped it and I saw what you did. And she said, I have something. And can I ask you something about it? And I'm thinking to my husband, I hope she doesn't pull out a Ouija board because I don't want that.
Burn it.
So she comes out and it's wrapped in its original cloth, which is it's the Celtic cross.
Oh, fab. Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the Celtic cross on there, which is pretty amazing. And she says, I got these and I don't want bad juju. I don't want to throw them out. I don't know what to do with them. Do you know what they are? I said, they're tarot cards.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, okay. Do you want them? I said, yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know if they were all there or not, but I guess somebody left them on the front lawn, or maybe they were left there. I can't even remember the whole story, but it's like, so these are like 1986, and it came with the cloth in very good condition, all the cards.
Yeah.
I wonder if someone literally just like it fell out of their bag and
now they're gonna hear about it on the podcast and be like, my cards. And you know what?
I think they were left at the house. I don't know. There's a story that goes on behind it, but I ended up having to order the book separately.
Okay.
And this book is so old. Like it's a different kind of reading.
Yeah.
wow.
So, cool.
So, but I love the cards. Oh my gosh, they are amazing. I get amazing vibrations from them. So, yeah, so it's like, I mean, the paper, you can tell it's just.
You can tell it's like
very old school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Old school. Yeah. Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous.
Like, wow. I mean, and let the thing come apart. I gotta just glue it.
But yeah, like
really
that book has seen some shit.
Exactly.
Wrong with it, but it is like it's like
amazing.
Oh my gosh, it feels like Stone Age of
well, the fact that you were able to find the book and not more cards, do you know what I mean? Like you were gifted the cards and like the book, like it was
It's hard to find because it's not something you can go to the store. I had to buy it like on eBay and stuff like that. So because these cards are and I guess the cards are worth a little something now, but it's like, oh my gosh, I would never get rid of them. I just love them so
well, no kidding.
An heirloom now.
One of your powerful decks now.
Yeah, I love them. So it's kind of like, oh, so excited about them.
Oh, that's fabulous. Yeah. Did you want to pull first from your deck or excuse me? Sorry,
sure.
I'm just coughing and sneezing and yawning over here. Don't mind me.
Sneezing a little lately, and it almost seems every time there's something kind of, I don't know if something's trying to give me a message or you know, it's like, okay, I'm sneezing at certain times. It's like, okay, stop that.
I know. I was like not feeling well yesterday, but I've got like this filming stuff this weekend. I'm like, okay, get me sick now. Like give me 2 hard days and then I won't complain. Just
silver.
As long as I will actually, I was gonna ask you about the dosage of that, but we will chat after. Because I'm like, I should take this right now.
Yeah, you bet. Okay. Let's see what we got. Let's see what your message is today for us. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, the Knight of Cups. Okay.
Knight of Cups, yep. So I'm going to read from the book because it's kind of interesting. Reading from the book from my other cards, and it's like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should also say for our listeners that we pull cards based on those we intend to hear it, even though we know when this is going to come out here, but like premeditatively, I suppose. But it is, you know, I hope it resonates with all our listeners. Those who need to hear it, this is for you.
Yes. There's pages and pages. It doesn't give you a breakdown, a quick breakdown. I don't know if I would do the whole thing, but let's just see what it says. It says here the card of Knight of Cups. We meet a volatile, sensitive, challengeable dimension of an element of water, which like the stream is full of life and always moving. This is embodied by the mythic hero Perseus, who is motivated of all his adventures by love of women and must on his journey confront the many faces of the feminine, both dark and light, before he can unite with his love. Perseus was the son of Zeus by a mortal woman called Danae, Danae, Danae.
Danae,
yeah, I would say that.
I would say Danae, okay. Yeah. To whom the god appeared as a shower of gold. Danae's father, Arceus, my goodness, all these names, had been warned by Delphic oracle that his daughter would bear a son who would kill him. So he shut Danae and her infant up in a chest, which he cast into the sea. Protected by the water deities, they were washed ashore to Seriphos and taken under the protection of the king Polydectes. All these names are really interesting.
Don't worry. They're all Greek. It's all Greek.
Right? So it said, but Polydectes fell in love with Danae, and pursued all her thought for the years of Perseus' childhood and adolescence. It just goes on and on. It's just like every name, but it doesn't give you a breakdown, which is quite interesting. Then it goes on like this is a sense of a picture of the state of being in love and experience, which every realistic may claim dies rapidly from the familiarity of marriage, children, and family obligations, by which every romantic believes can be ought to remain. So it goes on, but it's almost confusing what the message is supposed to be, because
no, it's so good.
It's no great pressure to have the book and everything, but I mean, if we're gonna go back to everything, then it's like, well, let's just see what my book says, because I like this book.
My interpretation of the Knight of Cups is like what I know is that the cups are, you know, it is a water element, and that is tied a lot with our emotion, right? And then of course, like intuitively reading the card, I'm like, okay, Knight of Cups. Whenever I think of the Knight of Cups, I think of like in terms of like the get it done. Like this is the one that's in charge. This is the one that's going to put the best foot forward. As we can see, the horse is like taking that next step and taking charge and like moving forward with our emotion. Do you know what I mean? And being like, just being able to move forward with the emotions that come. That's just my interpretation of it. Obviously, like, you know, that's just like what I kind of grasped from that. But
it's supposed to be like a proposal.
It's like a risk.
You know? Yeah, it says that as a person, it says idealistic and dreamy, artistic and sensitive. This knight is a true romantic. His arrival in the reading shows a love perspective and even a proposal, which is wonderful if you have an established relationship. However, as a new love interest, tread carefully. This knight is an idealistic, and while wanting a relationship, finds it hard to articulate his true feelings. He may be stuck in the persona of a perfect partner, gallant and generous, but unable to drop at the act of letting you see who he really is. While the understandable is the early days of romance, if the actions doesn't match the words, passion, take care, don't be swept away and just yet. So
one thing I'm getting from that card as well is like, so when I got the phrase wear your heart on your sleeve, right? Taking risks with love and emotion and that, but now he has very short sleeves. And when I think of wearing my heart on my sleeve, I don't know why, I always imagine like a long sleeve. I know Brittany's laughing. I'm just like, what? But like, and then I feel like because it is a short sleeve, it's almost like the fear of wearing our heart on our sleeves and being vulnerable and allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. It's like I will, but only a little bit at a time. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, we're overcoming that fear within ourselves. Anyways, I'm sorry. Brittany's laughing at me because she's like,
I just thought you're like his short sleeves. I'm like, oh,
he's wearing short sleeves. Brittany knows.
I'm just teasing. I promise. I'm just teasing.
But I'm getting a lot of confidence in this card.
Yeah.
And if I was to take the Knight of Cups from another deck,
yeah,
they look a little bit different. And I'm getting almost like he's very confident. He's riding, he's got a cup, and then he's going through water, which he's not even disturbed by. We even get a fish that's jumping.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of getting a lot of confidence. It's a very seems like a fantastic day going through the forest, do. Almost like, like you say, he's wearing his heart on his sleeve, but almost a little
keeping that sleeve real.
I see it as confident.
Yeah.
I see it as a good confidence. It's a person with knows what they're doing. That's it's going forward. I think it's going forward. The message today is, I think I'm going to take the message as, Jess, I think it's going forward. I think everything that we're all doing is good. It's moving forward in our journeys.
Yeah, totally. I do think that, like, that's what I said first, was like, it's forward motion, and it's like,
absolutely,
like the charge is there. Knights make the action happen.
And I think the proposal is, I think with this amazing trio here, the proposal is good. It's whatever is going forward that we're doing it right.
Exactly. I love it. Okay, Brittany, I've already pulled a card. Am I good to go?
Yay!
Sure.
Okay. So I went back to my Animal Spirit by Kim Prince, my girl, and I have pulled the rabbit.
Rabbit.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Oh, the snake was the last time you had, Britt.
Sorry.
Pardon?
Didn't she have the last time she had a snake or something shedding the skin?
Yes, shedding the skin. No, it's already aired. It's fine. Yeah. But
I can't remember exactly what was your card last time, but it was you pulled two.
Could have been.
I pulled two. That's right. Yeah, I can't
probably
remember.
Pull it up on YouTube real quick as you chat.
Literally, it's like as soon as we're done, like doing this, I like load it up, and I'm like, you could ask me 5 minutes after we finish, and I will be like, I don't know. Okay, so the rabbit stands for afraid of everything, overwhelmed, and frozen. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up the dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words. Oh, rabbit, they shape your destiny. So when we're in balance, we're sensitive, we're the problem solver, and we're a good listener. When we're out of balance, we over-explain and talk fast. To bring into balance, a day of silence.
Jess, you need to repeat your little saying today, because that is so exactly what we've been talking about. Say your saying.
Exactly. The pain of discipline is temporary. The path of regret is forever.
That card is so suiting of exactly what we talked about being so afraid at first of not knowing.
And the hesitancy. Yeah,
absolutely. That is amazing.
It always hits on the dot there. Yeah. Miss Britt, what you got?
Okay, so I now figured out why that card was so familiar. So I quickly checked into that episode, and it's because Jessica and I wanted to guess the card, and we both guessed rabbit.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was just like, something is crazy. I have to look back into that episode. Yeah, and so that's what we both guessed it. We literally counted to 3, and you and I both guessed rabbit. And then it wasn't rabbit. It was. Hold on, let me just.
It was snake, wasn't it? It was something about shedding.
Something about shedding the skin of the snake or something.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look.
We're just like listening to our episode in the background. So
we love this. So it comes all back to fruition, right?
Oh, always does. Yeah.
Rabbit. Okay, so we're gonna see. I'm just we're gonna do a live review. I wonder if the Raven's gonna come in hot.
Raven was the other one.
I said Raven. Or I wasn't going to say Raven. Maybe
we said Raven or Rabbit, or maybe it was Rabbit. Maybe you, Imogen, was saying Rabbit, and we were saying Raven.
Maybe I can't remember.
I can look at this.
I knew Raven. I wanted to say first because I always use Raven. I don't know. Raven is my spirit animal, so I tend to go to.
We talked about that too.
Yeah, I was trying not to go to Raven. I was wanting to be a little bit different, and I can't remember what the card ended up being, but
oh, the sea serpent.
That's
right.
Sorry.
Sorry for the delay.
Sorry, guys. You know how it goes.
I need to find out right now.
Okay, Brent, what do you got?
Okay, so the card that I was gifted this deck. I was gifted a couple decks actually recently, and so I've been wanting to go through, and this has been a fun deck that I had thought about getting, but I never pulled the plug until one of my besties got this for my birthday. So I got the Buffy the Vampire Slayer deck.
Oh, how cool!
And I love Buffy. I grew up with Buffy. Like, she was everything. Like, it was actually really cool. That I'm gonna like do a quick side note about it. Being so enthralled with a show that had a female lead who didn't need anybody else, but she had a really an amazing group of supportive friends, and still had like the confidence. She could take care of business. It just like was one of those people that you were like looking up to in a positive way, being like, yeah, okay. And it wasn't just like a damsel in distress situation.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So my card, is the King of Pentacles.
King of Pentacles.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, look at all those.
Sorry?
I said, look at all those crosses.
I know. So like the pentacles in general speak to your relationship with the tangible world, corresponding with the element of earth. In a reading that they signify wealth, power, and a system of symbiotic beauty in which hard work is exchanged for sparkly things. So this one is the King of Pentacles. So let's see here. Oops. Where are we here?
Now about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like the theme song.
Oh, I've been trying to figure out what the song name is for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I keep going into like a different song. And I was like, oh, that's not right.
That's not it. Give me a minute. I'll always get there.
I know. Okay. So it was upright. So it says, don't let this king fool you. He may be a cool, sexy vampire fighting guy, but he's also a trusted advisor. So this is Robin. I don't know if you remember from
Robin. Okay, yeah, I do. But anyways, just before you move forward, mentor and short sleeves. Go ahead.
Robin's energy, it draws abundance, manifesting success, and experience. When he rules over your reading, it's a sign that your dedication has paid off big time. Your struggles are behind you. The future is golden, so just enjoy.
Fabulous.
Can I see the back of the card? Like with the oh, look at that. It's lovely.
It is lovely.
And it's got, is that, I can't make the patterns, but it's, oh no, it's.
I know, I thought it was the elements as well. The pentacles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pentagrams on one side and just a different circle pattern, I guess, stars.
Yeah. It's hard to tell if those are like, maybe there's wands and stuff in there.
Yeah, because I would definitely say there's for sure chalices in there, and then it's
pentacles.
Yeah. But the rest, not really. So it's interesting. It's very interesting that what they've decided to do with this deck. But I really like it so far. I've been playing around with it, and I was like, this is just
interesting. That's great. I love that. Well, that's happy days.
Yeah.
So where
that you'd like to play? When this episode comes out in December, is there anything that you'd love for everyone to know?
Nudge, nudge. Are they going shopping today when they hear this?
Maybe.
Because you have a market on
December 16th.
December 16th. That will actually be our last market of this year.
Amazing.
That's before Christmas, obviously, and we will be in Olds.
Olds, Alberta.
So, yes.
We'll make sure that if you post anything on your Instagram, we'll share that like alongside of this, or tag us in that post, and then we can do it as well, because we can definitely boot you up there. That's awesome. That sounds so exciting. We love a good craft fair and like
I
all the
love that.
things, shows. They're so
Mhm.
much fun. Very good. Anything else coming up that you want to share or
Just booking for a
just
Reiki session.
booking Reiki session? Yes. And stay tuned for any mentorship opportunities.
Right,
Friends.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The next step will
Otherwise,
be a Reiki master.
exactly.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love
Which
it.
will be like a given for sure. Makes so much
Yeah.
sense for you.
We are so excited for you.
So what's your handle? Where can they find you on Instagram? Or a new website, sorry.
Well, right now it's Elixirs by Emajean.
Yep.
Instagram, Facebook, it's Elixirs Emajean because they don't let you put as a nickname by Elixirs by Emajean.
Oh yeah, I see
I've
it.
been trying to figure that out. It was Elixirs, and then I put BY and then a capital E for Emajean and put it together. But it was just bugging me. So it's kind of like, how do people do it? I've been trying to figure that one out. So it's right now it's just Elixirs Emajean.
That's all right.
And the
Very good.
website, of course, is elixirsbyemajean.com.
Fabulous.
I don't have as many
That's okay.
outlets as you guys.
Less is
And I think
more.
it's amazing.
It's all good.
It's
You know what?
That's good
amazing.
because then people can contact you and you will literally, you won't miss anything.
Exactly. You won't miss anything. Exactly. When you get too much clutter, stuff goes wrong, as you can tell, and things are missing all the time. Awesome. Okay. Well, our
Jessica,
people
where can they
are,
find us?
you betcha. You guys can find us. Sorry, my eyes super itchy right now. If you can watch us on YouTube. But speaking of that, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Basic Banter for Witches, or you can email us basicbanterforwitches@gmail.com. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Always a pleasure, Imogen. Appreciate your
Thank you
time so much. Thank you.
And
And
thanks again to our wonderful giant fan,
Yeah,
Ever.
Eva. Yeah.
Evar.
Yeah.
Ever. Our best friend ever. Ever.
I knew that.
Such a good sport.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, take care, guys, and we will see you next time.
You betcha. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye now.